Yo, Blue Guap Club, what's up with y'all, man? It's your boy Q back at y'all with another video. Y'all know the drill, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes, man. Now, 2025 is around the corner, bruh. Are they really gonna get rid of TikTok? Because I'm hearing a lot of news outlets and media people speaking about the ban of TikTok. Now, this news had came out, I believe, like sometime over the summer. Apparently, there's been a breach in security on TikTok, and the government can't necessarily really control whatever the fuck is going on TikTok, really, which we all know that's not necessarily the case. I still feel like the government still has a hand in TikTok, considering the fact that we get the weird ass algorithms that we get, and the fact that TikTok is so damn addictive to the children. But this video we're gonna watch. It really describes like what's going on behind the scenes when it comes to this war on whether or not TikTok should stay or TikTok should get banned. And we're gonna check it out, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. Lego.
See you, beautiful people. I hope you all are doing well. I'm Dane Calloway, and I'm back with another episode today. The number 5 ranked social media app in the world, TikTok, is set to be banned in the United States on January 19, 2025. How would this affect its American users and content creators? Could Donald Trump save TikTok? Let's chat about it. I will also open a panel, inviting you to speak with me about this and give your opinions. Leave a like on this thing before we get to it. Let's get it.
OCO, freethinkers.
Will TikTok be permanently banned in the United States on January 19, 2025? So far, nothing has stopped this bill that was passed to ban it. Recently, Canada ordered TikTok to shut down its Canadian offices, citing national security risks tied to its Chinese owner. Congress and the Biden administration slipped in a bill to ban TikTok, with the bill designed to be the newest foreign aid package, which included more funds to aid Ukraine. Here's a video from CBS News from April when this took place.
President Biden has signed a long-awaited foreign aid package into law.
That's right. This follows the Senate overwhelmingly passing the legislation just last night with bipartisan support by a vote of 79 to 18.
Well, the package includes more than $60 billion for Ukraine, $26 billion for Israel, with humanitarian aid for Gaza, plus $8.
Now, I know this has nothing to do with TikTok, but for all you patriotic Americans out here, why is it that America is struggling now more than ever, right? People are struggling to pay their bills. People are struggling to put food on their table for their families, my nigga. And you mean to tell me that sleepy Joe Biden, all he was doing when he was in office was passing transgender laws and sending money to foreign countries, as opposed to helping out the people that are here in America?
For the Indo-Pacific, including Taiwan. Biden says Ukraine aid in particular has a wide-ranging impact.
We're all standing together against this brutal dictator. As I've argued for months, this is directly in the United States' national security interest. If Putin triumphs in Ukraine, the next move of Russian forces could very well be a direct attack on a NATO ally.
Now get this, by signing the bill today, Biden has also approved a measure that would force TikTok's China-based parent company, that's ByteDance, to sell the platform within a year or be banned in the United States. TikTok is calling this move unconstitutional and plans to mount a legal challenge against the legislation.
CBS News congressional correspondent Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill for us. So, Nicole, the bill is law. Aid's going to be heading overseas soon. But as Errol was mentioning, there's another implication with TikTok. Bring us up to speed on that.
Twisted Tea Light, the same real good tea flavor you love from Twisted Tea with fewer calories. Keep it twisted.
Yeah, so basically, you may recall a couple of weeks back, the House passed legislation that could, in effect, lead to a ban of TikTok in the United States. And then they modified it as part of this broader foreign aid package, included it as part of a fourth bill earlier this weekend, and then it was rebundled, sent over here to the Senate, and included as part of that foreign aid package, including a number of national security priorities, which included this potential ban on TikTok. Now, technically, it is not a ban, but it does call for the company that owns TikTok, ByteDance, which is based in Beijing, to divest its ownership stake in TikTok within 270 days, which is roughly 9 months. And there is kind of a period for the president to potentially extend that window upwards of a year if it looks like a sale is in progress. And part of that was based on national security concerns on the part of many U.S. lawmakers. But TikTok, as you mentioned, is widely opposed to this legislation and vowing to fight it in court. Take a listen to what the CEO, Shou Chew, said a short time ago.
Make no mistake, this is a ban on TikTok and a ban on you and your voice. Rest assured, we aren't going anywhere. We are confident and we will keep fighting for your rights in the courts. The facts and the Constitution are on our side, and we expect to prevail again.
Now,
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, see, I don't necessarily believe that this dude is trying to bring back TikTok or trying to keep TikTok not banned in the U.S. solely for you guys to enjoy it. I think there's something bigger going on behind the scenes that he's not telling us. And as we already know, the Chinese people, man, they kind of have one up on the Americans, you know, especially based off of like how advanced they are like in math and how advanced their kids be. Like some of their kids can take apart a gun and put together a gun just like that. It's off the algorithms they be on.
Went on to say in that TikTok video that users can still continue to use the platform. He even encouraged them to share their stories about why they feel the platform is important to them as this potential legal challenge plays out. And it's really unclear what those ramifications could be if this stalls the window with respect to this divestiture period. So a lot of uncharted waters here in terms of next steps ahead. But again, this is something that many users who are even up here on the Capitol as of yesterday told us they felt this was kind of snuck into that foreign aid package. They weren't happy and are concerned about the implications on their businesses and their ability to use the platform going forward.
Congress and the Biden administration made a slick move by closing a ban on TikTok in a bill that deals with foreign aid. Since
countries with TikTok restrictions, America's on top, of course. Canada, the UK, India, Taiwan, Belgium, Denmark, Australia, New Zealand, and Afghanistan.
2021, TikTok has been recognized as the most downloaded app, boasting over 1.67 billion monthly active users as short-form videos gain popularity. This positions TikTok as the 5th most popular social media app globally, while YouTube ranks second with 2.70 billion monthly active users, and Facebook holds the top spot with a little over 3 billion monthly active users. According to reports, President Joe Biden signed a bill on April 24th that mandates banning the TikTok app unless its Chinese parent company, ByteDance, sells the platform within a year. ByteDance has been given 9 months from the date of the bill to divest itself of the app, with the possibility of a 3-month extension if the president is satisfied with the company's progress. In other words, Congress and the Biden administration want the company that owns TikTok to forfeit its rights to the app and hand over complete control to the government. Before the signing of this law, numerous TikTok bans were implemented across the United States, restricting the app from being used on devices associated with universities and government equipment at state, local, and federal levels. The government argues that the TikTok app poses a national security threat. On May 7th, TikTok filed a lawsuit against the government in response to the potential ban, arguing that the law is unconstitutional. They claim that it subjects a single named speech platform to a permanent nationwide ban and bars every American from participating in a unique online community with more than 1 billion people worldwide. However, this legal action did not prevent the ban. In September of this year, ByteDance attempted to appeal the TikTok ban, but the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit ruled against TikTok. While the decision may delay the ban, it does not stop it altogether. When I looked deeper into the transcripts of this case, it sounded like the government wants ByteDance to sell the TikTok company to a US-based business since China is an adversary of the United States. The US government...
Yeah, see, China and America do have like ties, and there are obvious allies. You know, that's kind of where we get a lot of our goods and services from. But the one thing about the American government is if they can't control something, then they're probably not gonna allow it. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole reason why they call it, if you're working a job and you're not paying taxes, they call it a under the table job. And they consider that illegal because they can't tax you. You know what I'm saying? So if they can't control TikTok and what's being put on there and how TikTok is using our personal information and all that type of stuff, then I guess it would make sense for them to ban it. But at the same time, I have a hard time believing that the Chinese company that made TikTok is going to sell TikTok, because TikTok makes a shit ton. I mean, TikTok makes a lot of money, bro, especially nowadays in this economy and in today's society where people's attention spans are short as fuck. Like, it's to the point where I bet you 70% of the people on the planet right now probably can't get through a whole movie, bro, without getting up, going to go do something, or falling asleep. That's the reason why every time you go out now and you go into the movie theaters are damn near empty. You know?
Selects the US-based business to own TikTok and oversees its entire operation. You may recall that in 2020, Donald Trump wanted to ban TikTok as well, but he recently changed his mind and now says that he opposes the ban. In September, Trump posted this video to Truth Social.
For all of those that want to save TikTok in America, vote for Trump. The other side's closing it up. But I'm now a big star on TikTok. We even have TikTok Jack, and we're setting records. We're not doing anything with TikTok, but the other side's going to close it up. So if you like TikTok, go out and vote for Trump.
Now, the only issue with this is that Donald Trump would not be inaugurated as the 47th U.S. president in time to prevent this ban from occurring on January 19, 2025. Some people claim that Trump knew this already, but stated it anyway to garner votes from younger TikTok users.
Obviously, yeah, he did do this to garner some more votes. And this goes back to what I said in my previous video about Donald Trump, okay? A lot of people don't know anything about politics, you know what I'm saying? If you've solely voted on Donald Trump, because I know a lot of people out there probably did do this. If you solely voted for Donald Trump just for TikTok to have a chance of staying in the U.S. or whatever the case may be, then you clearly don't know anything about politics, because you would know that he doesn't get inaugurated until late January. So, okay, let's say he gets in the office and like on the 14th. You mean to tell me he got like 6 days to figure out how he's gonna ban TikTok? And you think Donald Trump's gonna be able to do that? I don't think so. I really don't.
Nothing about politics. Well, I want to hear from you. And if you would like to speak with me on a panel about topics like this, be sure to use the link in the box to the 13% community server on the Discord app. Let's get it.
First name is Reggie, guys. But on the Discord, I go by Carpetone. And my take on TikTok, I mean, I was on it. A friend of mine encouraged me to get it. And when I got on it, I was intrigued a little bit with the stuff that I was seeing. But it seems like every time I go on, it's always the repetitive same stuff all the time. People just talking about, you know, what they're doing. They're talking about people, or they're trying to gain views. And one day I just woke up, I was like, you know what? I don't even care about TikTok no more. I really don't, bro. I don't care about it. It can go. Just like Mother Bear said, it can go, but I don't care about it like that.
Yeah.
TikTok's algorithm is
Yeah, when it comes to the TikTok algorithm, they don't have the same algorithm as they do in China. Okay, so the Chinese kids are probably going to get educational videos, more informative videos. And I also heard in China, there's a certain limit of time you're allowed to even spend on TikTok, as opposed to the US, where you can be on TikTok from sun up to sundown if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? The only problem with TikTok is it's just nothing but a bunch of brain dead fucking content on the app. You know what I'm saying? Every time I open the app, I'm not really necessarily learning anything. I'm just being entertained all the time. Niggas dancing, niggas wasting their time, just doing bullshit. So honestly, I don't really care whether or not TikTok gets banned, because I'm not an active user on TikTok anyways. Like, I'll periodically get on TikTok to look at certain videos and stuff like that. But 9 times out of 10, I'm either on Instagram, Twitter, or I'm just not on social media at all, or Facebook. You know what I'm saying? But TikTok can go for real. I'm with my boy on this one. TikTok can go.
horrible. It really is. Like, when you intrigued by a particular video, they don't have it set where the algorithm will give you more of that. What they'll do is just give you whatever's trending, whatever people.
Bro,
and
TikTok is turning niggas into dopamine junkies, bro. Literally, just dopamine junkies. It's like, it's not giving you any videos. Like I said, it's not giving you any videos to inform you or to help you. They're just solely giving you videos to entertain you, which is cool. But damn, my nigga, can you throw little videos out there on how to start a fucking business? Like, think about this, bro. We've been living in America for all our lives, right? And think about this for a second, right? You've been living in America all your life, don't know how to start a business. I'm not saying everybody, but some people don't know how to start a business, don't know how to run a business, okay? But a Chinese family could come into the U.S., only been there for like 5, 6, 7 years, and start like 3, 4 businesses, bro.
They doing dances, and you know, they could be, like he said, talking about certain people and stuff like that. Is really not like a functional algorithm, because you got to go search for people who are educating. It's weird.
And on top of that, Big Chief, I'm sorry, it's nothing relevant that they're talking about. They're talking about their everyday life, when they leave the house, what happened. Or, you know, they went down the street, turned the corner, there was a car crash, and they almost got into a crash. And I'm like, you know what? It's not relevant for me to want to pay attention to, want to keep getting on it. So there's nothing relevant there for me. It just doesn't do it for me.
I wonder why that appeals to children so much, because mainly I see it's a lot of children on TikTok. Like, what are they seeing that we're not seeing? You know, that's...
I mean, when it comes to the kids, TikTok, that's TikTok's main target is the kids. But he's right, though. Nothing educational going on there. People just filming their life, or some people are even eating food. Like, oh, this is the this is my crumble cookies of the week review. And they're just sitting there eating cookies and chatting. Like, how the fuck is that supposed to help any fucking body? You know?
Pertaining to children. Maybe their main focus is children.
Yeah, I can see that. But, you know, our youth and our children, they got brains like sponges. They're going to absorb it. You know what I'm saying? It just gets them when they're young. You know, they're gravitated to it. Opposed to somebody like you or myself, who, you know, who's a little bit older, like, it doesn't appeal to us. It doesn't appeal to me at all.
And me personally, bro, I'm very, very much against kids being on TikTok. I mean, I have younger siblings and shit, and you know, a lot of times when my sister used to be on TikTok, she would be on that shit from sun up to sundown, and it with a blink of an eye. And that's why they call it TikTok, because you wasting time. Time's going by so fast, and then you don't even notice how long you've been on the motherfucking app, nigga. You know, I'm against kids being on TikTok, period, because TikTok is kind of just like Instagram in a sense. Like, the algorithms can be very, very wonky and very random, to the point where 9 times out of 10, if your kid's on TikTok long enough, he or she is gonna see something that they're not supposed to be seeing or not supposed to be looking at. You know?
At all. Nothing. Yeah, that's all. That's all I gotta say, Big T.
I appreciate that, brother.
So my name is Shay, and I'm from Minneapolis. So with TikTok, I mean, I don't really care if TikTok goes, to be honest. It doesn't really add any value to my life or anything that I'm doing. my problem with TikTok, you all were talking about it appealing to children. And the biggest thing about it that stands out to me is the name. Why is it called TikTok? When you think of TikTok, you think of a clock and time ticking by.
What?
And that's exactly what it does. It sucks you in, and you look up and you done spent several hours switching videos and sitting on somebody's live stream that they ain't talking about nothing. So, I don't know. That's just how I think about stuff.
No, that's a good way.
Yeah, my name is Jasmine. Of course, I go by Indigo Bloom on here. And I'm originally from Philadelphia, but I'm in Texas right now. As far as TikTok, I don't really care about TikTok. I've never had a TikTok. I'm never going to download it. And like you were saying, like with the children, I think that that's where the concern is at. But I think that just because they get rid of TikTok, they just gonna make something else, and the kids gonna be on that too.
Yeah. I agree with her on this one. Even if they do get rid of TikTok, there's gonna be another brain dead app that they're gonna come out with, and the kids are gonna gravitate towards that. Now, as far as like any other, like if you think about like any other apps out there right now besides TikTok, like Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all of these apps are kind of adopting that kind of the reels, you know, in a sense, the thing that kind of made TikTok blow up, where you can just be scrolling and be looking at these little short funny videos. Well, you can kind of do the same thing on all these other apps now. So the TikTok ban is not going to be as, you know, harsh, because there's all these other apps that the kids can go on, you know what I'm saying? And like I said earlier in the video, people's attention spans are so short nowadays that when TikTok does get banned, some people are going to be outraged for like a couple days, but after a while, people are just going to move on to the next thing, you know?
So I don't really think it makes a difference whether they ban it or not.
So would it affect how things are on? Well, I don't know if you know how things are on TikTok right now, but like say, for example, they don't ban it and they accepted the government's terms on TikTok. How do you think it will go?
If they accepted the government's terms on TikTok?
Yeah, because that's the whole point. The government is either going to ban them or they're going to accept the terms that they're giving them, meaning they're going to be regulating what they posting on side of TikTok, on the U.S. side of TikTok. Otherwise, they banning it in the U.S.
Oh, I mean, ain't that kind of what they doing on YouTube though?
No, that's what they did with every social media. Every social media app is being ran by.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything different is gonna necessarily change if they bend to the will of the government and do what they're told. I just think that the government likes to regulate and likes to monitor everything that we doing. And I think that's all it's about. It's about power. It has nothing to do with, and like I said, the security breach, because I'm pretty sure a lot of high governmental people probably are on TikTok too. So they're probably afraid that their information is being leaked and shit like that. But other than that, I don't necessarily think it's going to change the algorithm as much. I think you're still going to get the same type of algorithm. You know what I'm saying? The same type of algorithm that's been dumbing us down for the longest, ever since TikTok came out. That's not going to change, okay? I think the only thing that's going to change is the app being regulated by the government and being monitored by the government. But that's pretty much it. I don't really necessarily think them bending to the will of TikTok is going to change too much.
I mean, except TikTok. TikTok, the only one that didn't get in line. They basically want censorship. Yeah, that's true. They want censorship. And political sway and all the rest of those agendas they'll come up with to post on TikTok.
But like I said, though, I kind of feel like I see that stuff on TikTok already, though, right? Because I feel like the most uncensored app that you can go on at the moment right now is probably Twitter. That's got to be like the most uncensored app you can use right now is Twitter. I think a lot of times when I go on TikTok, they're talking about everything else that I see on the other apps. I don't know.
It's like how they doing everything else, to the point where they make sure that anything that's going against the grain is being regulated and suppressed in its reach. So whatever they want to put in the forefront, they could do on TikTok as well as the other apps that they already got out right now.
Yeah.
I really do think that it's actually going to be worse if they accept the terms of the government. I'm talking about TikTok. TikTok will be the worst app than any other app because TikTok's main focus is children. TikTok's main...
If you ask me, when it comes to TikTok, I don't really give a fuck about TikTok. And that's kind of where I'm at with this video, you know. As far as like the kids go, I think they'll be all right. They're going to find another app or they're going to figure out something to do. Honestly, I really don't even think that it's healthy for people to even be on social media as much as they are anyways. So I think the ban on TikTok could be a good thing. You know, I'm not against it. If TikTok gets banned, I'm cool. If it don't get banned, I'm cool because I don't use the app. But for those of y'all that use the app, though, y'all can go ahead and let me know how y'all feel about the potential ban on TikTok in January. You know what I mean? Should TikTok go? Should it not? I think the only thing with TikTok being banned is a lot of content creators do use the app. And if you look at the way the world is going right now, content creating and like digital shit is popping right now. So and I do believe that a lot of content creators do use the TikTok platform in order to spread like their content and their videos out to other people and stuff like that. And I think that's really the only thing that concerns me about the TikTok ban. Other than them censoring TikTok, I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Other than them banning TikTok completely, I don't really care about that because I know that at the end of the day, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to make another app just the same, if not better than TikTok, okay? But that's my thoughts on TikTok. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'm out. I'm going to catch you on the next video, man. Peace. Peace.